history isn't just about the past, it's about survival. The Second Temple wasn't just a building, it was everything. But what happens when everything you know is ripped away? How do you rebuild when your entire way of life is burned to the ground? The destruction of the Second Temple in 70 CE wasn't just a tragedy, it was the moment that reshaped Judaism forever. Let's dive into a story of resilience, reinvention, and the unstoppable power of faith. Alright, picture this. It's the 1st century CE and Judea is basically living in a pressure cooker. The Jewish people are under Roman rule and let's just say, it's not going well. The Romans are taxing the life out of everyone, local governors are corrupt, and religious tensions are boiling over. Enter Gessius Florus, a Roman governor so bad at his job that he sparks a full-blown rebellion in 66 CE. The Jewish rebels actually managed to kick the Romans out of Jerusalem, but Rome isn't exactly the type to take an L and move on. Emperor Nero sends General Vespasian and his son Titus to shut it down, and oh boy do they. One by one they crush the resistance. But Jerusalem, that's the final boss battle. And the city is already a mess. Different Jewish factions are fighting each other inside the walls while food supplies run dangerously low. By 70 CE, Titus and his army are at the gates, and what follows is absolute carnage. The Romans breach the walls, the temple becomes the last stand, and despite Titus reportedly wanting to keep it intact, chaos takes over. Fire engulfs the temple, gold melts, looting begins, and in the blink of an eye, the beating heart of Jewish life is nothing but smoke and ruins. Thousands are killed, many are enslaved, and Rome rubs salt in the wound by parading Jewish captives through the streets and even carving the whole thing into the Arch of Titus, basically an ancient version of a We Won billboard. But the destruction of the temple wasn't just the loss of a building, it was the end of an entire way of life. With no temple, the sacrificial system was gone, and Judaism had to adapt. This is where Rabbinic Judaism takes shape. Study, prayer, and the synagogue become the new foundation of Jewish faith. Meanwhile, Rome tightens its grip, renames Jerusalem Aelia Capitolina, bans Jews from the city, and even rebrands Judea as Syria Palestina, as if a name change could erase a people's history. But instead of disappearing, Jewish identity transforms, thriving across the diaspora and shaping cultures around the world. Today, the memory of the temple's destruction still echoes. Tisha B'Av is an annual day of mourning. The Western Wall remains a sacred site, and the resilience of the Jewish people proves that even in the face of devastation, faith endures. I'll leave you to discuss in the comments. If the temple hadn't been destroyed, how different would Judaism, and maybe even world history, look today? If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to support the channel, take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, and I'll catch you soon in another video.